Extension Officer, Kasese District, in a realized better service delivery to the coffee nursery bed operators. His statement follows a petition to his office by the coffee nursery bed operators in Kasese District, who reportedly accused the office of UCDA Extension Officer Kasese District, Mr. Moses Alinda, for unfair statement of the nursery bed operators. While receiving the petition at Uhuru 50 Hotel in Kasese Town, Honorable Kabyanga, who described the current cabinet as the fisherman's cabinet, said he will investigate and give next point of action. Honorable Kabyanga also told nursery bed operators that fighting corruption is among the 23 key pillars that must be fought to achieve better service delivery. Some nursery bed operators, including Mr. Joaquim Baluku and others, said the extension officer had always left coffee nursery beds of operators without reasons of doing the business due to continued losses. Light FM was not able to get a statement from UCDA Extension Officer, Kasese District, Mr. Moses Alinda. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yesterday met the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed Ali, as conflict in the Tigray region spreads to other parts of the country. According to a short press release by the Presidential Press Unit, Abiy, who was in Uganda for a one-day visit, met Museveni at State House Entebbe and held bilateral talks whose nature was never disclosed. The press release said that the two leaders discussed various issues and agreed to further strengthen cooperation in bilateral, regional and international issues of common interest. Prime Minister Abiy appreciated President Museveni for a warm welcome to Uganda and important deliberations on various bilateral and regional issues. He looked forward to meeting again soon. The meeting was also attended by several Ugandan and Ethiopian officials. After the meeting in Entebbe, Abiy moved to Rwanda, where he held talks with President Paul Kagame. Fighting broke out in the Ethiopian region of Tigray after the government accused the TPLF, the party that governed the region, of insubordination. The body of a 26-year-old Ugandan who was shot dead in Rwanda has been repatriated close to 2 weeks since the incident occurred. Justus Kabagambe, aka Kadogo, a resident of Rutare village in Rugaga Parish, Kabale district, was shot dead on August 18th at Kitovu village in the northern province in Rwanda, about half a kilometer from the Uganda-Rwanda border. After the incident, Ugandan authorities were told that Kabagambe was shot dead for smuggling Movit jelly products into their territory. Since then, relatives have waited for the body in vain. His remains were returned yesterday and handed over to Ugandan authorities at the Katuna border post. Police spokesperson for Kigezi region, Eli Mate Mohamed Biansi, the Kabale police commander, Robin Mutabazi, the district internal security officer, and Nelson Nshanga Bashaija, the district chairman, jointly received the remains at around 6 p.m. after more than 6 hours of waiting at the border. Rwandan authorities were led by the district police commander for Burare, Superintendent of Police, Aphrodis Nkundineza, and Marie Shanto Uwanyirigira, the Burare district mayor. On arrival, the authorities of both countries examined the body of the deceased and confirmed that he was shot in the ribs and the back. Martin said that the delays in repatriating Kabagambe's body raises suspicion, adding that suspects need to be arrested and charged instead of being killed. He also cautioned Ugandans against crossing illegally to Rwanda. The government of Uganda and South Sudan have agreed to patrol the Nimule-Juba highway, where drivers and travelers have in the recent past been attacked. The agreement comes after lorry drivers were killed and bus travelers injured by unknown militia. Uganda's first Deputy Prime Minister Rebecca Kadaga said that there will be police checks every 10 kilometers, 6 miles along the route. Last week, cross-border drivers from East Africa against insecurity. About 1,000 lorries from across East Africa have stopped at the main crossing point along the Nimule-Juba highway. At least 30 traders and lorry drivers from across East Africa have been killed this year on the road. South Sudan, which is recovering from a brutal civil war, is heavily dependent on its neighbors for essential supplies. On the international scene, Zambia's new president Hakainde Hichilema has replaced the country's top military commanders and the head of the police. The president late yesterday announced the new commanders of the Zambian Army, the Air Force and the National Service and their deputies, as well as a new Inspector General of Police. All regional police commanders have been relieved of their duties, but their replacements have not been named. Mr. said the Nigeras must have the interest of the people at heart and serve the country diligently while ensuring human rights, freedoms and liberties are respected. He said the police must carry out proper checks before detaining suspects and that no one should be arrested before investigations are concluded. Mr. Hakainde, who was voted in as president earlier this month in a landslide victory, has been the victim of police brutality in the past. Mr. Hichilema has signaled that security forces should be more accountable to the citizens. Dear listener, thank you for listening into Light FM. Coming up next.
No walls.
No borders.
No limits.
The news.
Omwati.
Habari.
Amawulire.
The news. 102.9.
Omulondo wa twalibuka ali mu kitabu kya Isaya sura nguma omulondo eri 18 akabwa ati
omwoyo mukulu ati mwasele eno tukana yehawuma nomo ebibi byenyu byanga byangengula byashabya byerungezoro nomo byanga byango munyama byashabya ngubwiye bwishumbuli
bambi hani omundu inakole chebe inyakwanama ati eresigikira nkone chinga nyamuhanga shangata shamwanyira mbeno newe eyehe mwanetru nyamuhanga anewili umachisa umwikiriraye kande ubatizi bawe echiro akende shasa akende shakutwala.
That was the memory takes on Light FM. Keep listening.
Announcements. Ebirango.
Hulikirira ebirango byawo okwa 12 Light FM.
Isidekana mwende siwala masa hamuna nisire tonje mulikiri mwanse binone birango kandibwa nibyo buliye. Omwami Nguru Benenego haimana ndobya Isaac abe bakatulawo luholo lwatata wabo iya Thomas ibyenji byawire. Bakanangera ekwaye eye Moonlight ebwesumbu nabimbya bosi omubulisya bwesumbu SDA Church District omubulisya bwesumbu abimbi abe Pearl Singers Kasese Better Living Center abimbi abe Hopland Singers erugenda mulibwa aba staffu abe Kajoza Nursing Home ekabatunda ko niwo munabwire makomya sato komuna ningumbira banamuuma okosa hamunan esere tunji echabulera mulikiri mwanze omulenge ono wanganalebe ko mulenge were obuliye kandi neriwa tichali yawo okosha namba haino 0 musanju 2 0 mukaga 10 22 haimana 0 musanju 9 sanju 5 Chamarangwa na Nguru Benenego haimana ndobya Isaac wamanzerebe buwa ticha omabiwa haimano buwa ticha olebeke ko 0 musanju 2 0 mukaga 10 22 haimana 0 musanju 5 ngoma 0 musizaka abe wisumbu bakatulawo luholo tata wabo iyo Thomas ibinji byawire bakarangero usiyo mwechera ngo ekindi amatsiko ali munabwire ebiro 30 okomunane omusi akuluwe kanisa eyekamwani SDA nomulisya owebusumbu bakarango luholo omusi akuluwe ekanisa eyekamsibinji byawire bakarangera abasi akulu na bakristayo omubulisya obwebusumbu omulisya kandi yo mutungerero obutungerero bwerwenzori omulisha Mutwanga Ezekiel omulisha Benezeri Bageni omulisha Tembo Ezekiel owe Karugutu omulisha Muhindo Clovis omulisha Amunoni Sele omulisha John Bulaka n'abandi balisha bosi amatsiko ni munabire 38 okosa 8 sharetunji chamarangwa no musi akulu wabasi akulu iyo wambale benoni hai mano mulisia mbilinji todox abo mbulisia abo bwisumbu bakarango luholo lo musia kulowe kanisa eye kamwani omusia kulu Thomas binjibya wire india matsiko aliyo munawire kundambieno eyo munane erika lya banya beturuka abembata bakarango luholo musochi owantenge muko mwendi bazara bakarangira yona beturuka owe ekinyabwamba haima na kasalita Clark owe yisura ebunyangabo Augustine Bisimaro erika eryebundibujo Manase Ngurusi owe Chihoko omuchara Evanisi Kamunya owe Chisongo chama nelusia katatu ebwisumbu sub-county chama nelusia katano Kasese district MP Busongora North omwamesowedi Kitanywa abanyarwanda bako nabanywani nabataka mamanyisibwa matsikure 38 ngumiri abanamuuma saa 8 syatonji chamarangwa na Peter Bituruka omulina lirihika eri abanyabituruka bembata bakarango luholo mama wabo Teresa Musochi owandazara bakamanyisa ushyomo kirango kino indi amatsikali yo munawire ko saa 8 syatonji ulikere mwanze nabarango bimahindi.
Announcements. Ebirango.
Ebyo byebibe birango byawo okwa 10:29 Light FM. Ebirango birya kuikiba wako.
Mutima gwanje nanyisa abantu boina ebyankolire shemererwe nyesime mu mutima gwanje reka muyimbise Yesu mujuni wanje Mukama mani gawe niwe munjiro obuli kujuna magara ganje shemerwa muri mwiro obuli kujuna bona bamwikirize mwinabishimwe katusime omuyi otuwabunguza katuwomugisha Mukama mani gawe abari kurwanisa amagara ganje ekanye imbisize wa mujuni wanje niwampa amagara kaika gusinguzi muzakatuwo mugisha Mukama mani